1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 18 says, "Be joyful always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." These are pretty simple commands, but they're not always easy to follow. Be joyful always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances. And yet, Paul writes that it's God's will for us to do this, and so I guess that means we need to try. And in my own life, I have found that shifting my perspective and being intentional about finding things to be grateful for can change my reaction to a situation that might otherwise be difficult. For example, in the winter storm we had in 2021, like many folks, I spent a few days without power, heat, and water. It was a cold, dark, and scary time. And yet I was still able to find things to be grateful for. My gas stove to heat up food and drink, the neighbors who checked in on me, the warm clothes and blankets that I had available. And so even though I was still alone in the cold and the dark, it changed my perspective and realized that God was still blessing me and looking out for me, and that I had people who loved and cared for me. So I hope that's a helpful reminder that we always should be looking for the things that we can be grateful for. In the good times, when we often get too busy to stop and reflect on our blessings, but also in the bad times, where we can take a step back and thank God for the blessings He's given us. It doesn't mean that things still aren't difficult or hard or scary or sad, but it can help remind us of the ways that God continues to love us and care for us. I hope this is helpful in considering how we can continue to live thankfully during this season.